Hey guys, how you doing? Good afternoon. Quite some time ago, I was watching Monet Cafe, and she did these pictures of lemon in the sunlight, and I always liked it, and so I'm going to try to recreate it. And so I did under. This is my undercolor with ink tints blocks, and I'm going to get started with the background. Uh, haven't quite decided on the colors I'm gonna be using for the background, but it seems to have a rich blue right here. So I'm gonna put that there. And I did the background with local colors. Local colors meaning approximately the same color that's in the photograph. So, like I said, I learned so much from Susan on Monet Cafe, and I really appreciate the time she takes to explain soft pastels because I was such a newbie to it. I paint with acrylics most of the time, and with everything you learn from somebody, you're still going to have your own approach. So um, she just enhanced my knowledge of painting with the soft pastels, and I'm eternally grateful to her. Um, and I really, like I said, like this particular piece she did. Though she did hers in background entirely yellow, and mine's not. It's just I really did like this piece she did. So I'm gonna be putting in the background today, and I'm using Paul Rubin pastels right now, and I'm using various shades of blue to the lightest one I have out here today. Um, and with the background, I'm not trying to fill the tooth of the surface. I use the clear acrylic gesso to make a board, and I really enjoyed this homemade surface. I've tried other um, pastel surfaces, but I wind up coming back to this. I don't know if it's because of financial reasons or not, because you can buy a mat board, acid free mat board, for around $10. And you can get four 16 by 20s or four 8 by 10s. How many is that? 24 8 by 10s. So it's kind of left up to you how you cut your board up and, make it the most economical for your budget. Because, like I said, you can, one 16 by 20 turns into four 8 by 10s. And I'm doing a series of 8 by 10s right now. And the only way I can really do 8 by 10s because I like wider surfaces. I hate to be jumping all over the place like this, but I, I do 8 by 10s when whatever the subject is kind of large, not when it has a whole lot of small detail. Because I like to have room in the piece I'm doing to, get into the little corners like this. And, I don't want to try to not have enough room. Just put it like that. Because, you know, it's kind of strange for me. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. But I have to have, I want room. Okay, so this corner, this photograph I have is really not the best quality. And it's really, I took the picture from my television. So you have the interference of reflection and all of that. So it's really not the best quality um, photography. So there's that. But I'm gonna see how it turns out because if if anything, I can get a lemon once I get to the portion that's doing the lemon, or either just make it kind of abstract. I don't know how I'm gonna approach it yet, but I do believe I'm gonna cut a lemon um, when it gets time for me to get to the lemon stage. So, and the lighting is important here, because you have round objects. So the lighting is really kind of important because, light travels. Hey, how are you? Okay. And so we have to take that into consideration as well. So this is the portion I was really, really interested in. Um, this shadow, not right here, but if there's a shadow that comes off of the fruit, not yet. This is still the sunlight from I don't know where surface it is, where the light's coming from, but this shadow right here is very interesting to me. So it comes here. There's a little blue here. So you're still getting some of the reflection from the blue. And then it gets dark. So it's a lot of color here. So where right about here is where the bottom of the orange lemon is. And then light is able to hit right here some. And it trails off down here. So this is a lot of color, darker colors right here. And I like that because it's not solid. Even though I just put purple right there, I'm going to put the purple down. And because I'm not going really heavy-handed right now, I'm able to come back and make some slight adjustments. So that's fine. Just don't think you coloring or you got to be heavy-handed. That is really what mess up your piece. Okay, so now, right here, it's so many colors right here. Now, it looks like to me that the lemon is reflecting right there. But it's not really reflecting like a lemon, but you do see some orange right here. So I want to gently put that in. That is really nice. And see how lightly I did it because I do want to heavy it up a little bit right here. But in order for it to fan out, you put it on very light at first and then go in. And so it's another shape here. I'm in the shadow right now, so my visibility is not very great. But this is a darker shade of blue right here. And inside of there is another little piece of um, blue, as is right here. And so I want to get that right there. So again, um, this gets brown, kinda, right up under here. This is really fun because there's a lot of color in here, guys. And because it's a smoother surface, you don't. I'm gonna use my finger. I don't think I'll use it as much as I am. So okay, here goes some more reflection of the lemon, and it's got an arcing kind of shape, and right here too. So then here is a darker shadow, and of course it's dark here. Then it kind of comes over here on the edge of here, which is interesting, and down to here where it gets darker again. So these, I really enjoy these Paul Rubin pastels. They are not super soft, but they're soft enough to get the job done. And this blue kind of goes out here just a little bit. And so it's another little piece of light right here. I love these little tiny pieces of light. I think they are important. There also is a piece of light right here. And like I said, this is really not the best photograph. And this edge here is light. There's gonna be a lot more I'm gonna do to this. You know, this is really kind of under the second layer. I'm not doing it heavy handed as of yet because, like I say, I want to be able to add more layers to it. Even with this little bit I've done, it helps to define the fruit, excuse me, a little better. So I can come back and do a lot more detailed work to it. I just really want you guys to see what I'm going to be doing. And oops, I had purple on my finger, but that's never to mine. It's really kind of pretty, and it'll look good with that top of this. One thing about this lemon here, it is really quite dark. This one. So I don't know why it's so dark. Let's see. I mean, it's dark, or either it's just dark in this picture. Like I said, this has a lot to do with reflections and things like that. So it has red in it. There's a lot of colors in it, and they are beautiful. Um, this reddy orange, kind of a rusty color, all in the lemon. That's kind of wild. But like I said, this is a whole lot of reflection from the television when I took this picture. So it's kind of really, really abstract. which might even give it a nicer flair. Who knows? Let's just try to get this basic, the basic under colors in right now. And it's some green in this lemon. So I'm gonna choose a good lemon color right now. Nowhere near Susan Jenkins' photograph. I guess, like I said, comes from poor quality of this photograph I took. I always like this stuff. So now it's a lighter um, yellow, but this one is warm. So this one is more cooler. This yellow is, I don't know if you can see the difference. This is what more cooler, and it seems like it's a cooler yellow right here. So we got that. It's not gonna leave it flat. Um, that would be not good because there's a lot of little divots in it. There's a lighter shade of that color right there. And there's, like I said, there's some green in here as well. So, uh, I don't know what this is going to look like. It's not looking like a whole lot of um, lemon. And we're just kind of moving it around, barely touching it, barely moving it around to get some texture. There's a lot of texture in the little divots you get on a piece of fruit, on those citrus fruit. So I'm trying to get all the little divots I see just by dancing it around, barely touching it. And so the citrus really has a darker shade of blue right here. That will help give it some shape, show the form of the fruit. Interesting piece of, ooh, dang, I dropped one of my colors. Yikes. Hate to do that. All right, this is really kind of dark right down here on the bottom. The shadow of the fruit that it's sitting on. So it's sitting on the darkest part of this shadow. And it also has some right here. Excuse me. And the green right here. Interesting looking fruit. So there's also some blue, lighter blue right there. So you guys, like I said, it don't look like a lemon. This is pretty. And once again, I really want to thank Susan Jenkins. I need some darker colors to go up under here. I don't have a dark enough shade up under that uh, line. It looks like it's kind of floating. Get, get a shadow up under here. It's not in the painting. And I'm using the black um, pastel pencil, Carbostello, just to make it look like it's sitting. I could add some more colors because there are more colors. If in my mind here, you could use some of the colors that you actually absolutely used in the fruit, like that dark color. It could be right here. So there are all kind of colors up in the shadow. I love that. There we go. That's pretty. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. And I'm going to be working on this again tomorrow. I just really want you to see it. And once again, I want to thank Susan Jenkins from Monet Cafe for all that she's taught me in the last few years. She is one of the teachers on YouTube that has taught me a lot. I've always been interested in soft pastels, and I didn't know how to accomplish it. And she was very convincing in how she talked about you can learn if you wanted to. So I just went ahead and tried. At first, I bought some cheap pastels, and I was not satisfied with the colors, how it looked. Even though Paul Rubens is not a very expensive pastel, it is a good one in my opinion. So there's that. Now you could pat this down if you don't like it too bold, and um, it makes it a little bit more subtle. Tomorrow when I come outside, I'm gonna be in a different lighting, so I might see this totally different. But thank you so much, you guys. Oh, I do have a dark green, and that might do something for the green areas at the top. Ah, where is it? Boy, when you're looking for something, I guess that's probably why you should set up before. Okay, you guys, I can't find it right now. I got this green, and I don't know if it's dark enough. You could just kind of, with the little divots, they have little shadows up on them. So you can definitely go up under them. Just a little C shape, and make your little divots more pronounced. Even with your because there's little tiny shadows and crevices and depth in there that you probably can't see right now. So anyway, I'm gonna sign off. Thank you guys. Bye.